Hello and welcome. If you've ever looked at CMMC or NIST 800-171 and thought, well, this feels less like a checklist and more like a filing cabinet fell down the stairs, you're not alone. Defense contractors, aerospace manufacturers, IT service providers, folks handling federal contract information or controlled unclassified information, they all run into the same problem. The rules matter, but the path can feel fuzzy. That's where the Compliance Hub comes in. Think of it as an AI-powered command center built to turn compliance from a pile of obligations into a guided sequence of actions. And I like that phrase, guided sequence, because the platform doesn't start by tossing you into a blank screen and wishing you good luck. It starts with an onboarding wizard. 5 steps. Clear, practical, not fancy for the sake of being fancy. You enter your NAICS code, choose your industry, maybe machine shop, aerospace, naval shipbuilding, IT services, one of the supported defense sectors, and then answer a set of security questions. Now, behind the scenes, this is where the heavy lifting happens. Claude Sonnet runs a gap analysis against all 110 NIST SP 800-171 controls, not 10 controls, not a sample, all 110 across the 14 domains. Access control, audit and accountability, system and information integrity, all the usual suspects. Based on your answers, the system sets initial control statuses and even creates your first 3 POA&M items automatically. That's a pretty big deal because it means when you arrive at the main workspace, you're not starting from zero, you're starting with a map. And that map shows up first on the dashboard. This is your high-level view, your compliance command center. You can see overall readiness, progress across the domains, your journey progress bar, and an audit countdown. If you're brand new, the dashboard points you right back to onboarding so you don't get lost. I appreciate that. Software should not make you feel like you need a Sherpa and a flashlight just to get oriented. From there, the My Journey page breaks the work into 5 stages, from foundation all the way to audit ready. That's smart design. Instead of staring at 110 controls and wondering which one to tackle first, you get a structured path. Each stage has detail panels showing what's done and what's next, plus a domain progress grid so you can spot where things are moving and where they're dragging a little. And maybe my favorite piece on that page is today's focus. This is AI doing what it ought to do, reduce decision fatigue. Claude Haiku looks at your current data and picks the single most important thing you should work on today, not someday, not theoretically, today. That's useful because compliance stress often isn't about not caring, it's about not knowing the next best move. Today's focus answers that question for you. So, chapter 1 of using this platform is really about momentum. You identify who you are, the AI assesses where you stand, and the system gives you a practical roadmap. Instead of wandering around the compliance maze, you're walking in with signs, a flashlight, and honestly, a pretty decent guide. Once you're oriented, the heart of the platform is the controls page. This is where all 110 NIST 800-171 controls live, organized by domain, and this part matters, they're translated into plain English. Every control card explains what this means, what you need to do, and what proof a CBPIO auditor will want to see. That's huge because a lot of compliance pain comes from interpretation. People read a control and think, I sort of understand the words individually, but together, little murky. Here, the platform narrows that gap. Each control also gives you practical actions. You can edit status, add notes, upload evidence, generate policy, or click Ask AI about this. And that AI isn't generic. It knows the exact control you're viewing and your current status on it. So if you're on a specific access control requirement, the response is tied to that requirement with a 3-step action plan and buttons like upload evidence, generate policy, or I need more explanation. That's what context-aware help should look like. If you want the bird's eye view, jump over to the health report. It uses a radar chart to show all 14 domains at a glance, along with an overall health score and color-coded badge. Then Claude Haiku turns the numbers into a plain English summary, where you're strongest, where your biggest gaps are, and one recommended next action. I mean, charts are nice, but a sentence that says, here's the issue and here's what to do, that's often what gets people moving. Then comes the documentation side. because compliance that isn't documented is, well, not much comfort in an audit. In the documents area, Claude Sonnet can generate system security plans and 7 policy types using your real control statuses as context. Your company name, your industry, your current compliance posture, they're woven into the result. If you're in aerospace, the language can feel aerospace. If you're in a machine shop, the examples can reflect that world. Same requirement, different operational vocabulary. For evidence, there's the evidence locker. You drag and drop files, link them to specific controls, add notes, filter by domain, and review a coverage summary showing what has proof and what is still missing, or, as I like to say, what still looks a little naked. And if you already have documents, the doc scanner helps there too. Upload PDFs, Word files, Excel sheets, CSVs, even images, and the system extracts the text, OCR included for scanned files, then maps content to the 110 controls with coverage results and supporting excerpts. The template engine is another strong piece. 3 panels, an industry-specific example on the left, plain English questions in the middle, and an audit-ready draft generated on the right. Approve it, and it saves into documents. Very direct, very usable. Hovering across all of this is the AI Advisor, which opens with a data-driven action plan and 3 numbered buttons instead of a blank chat box. Fast answers come from Claude Haiku 4.5, while heavier jobs like document generation, scanner mapping, and gap analysis use Claude Sonnet 4. Then, for the people managing the environment, settings covers branding, security toggles, AI model selection, and user management, while the admin panel gives consultants or internal auditors a staff view across client organizations with readiness scores in one list. So that's the system: controls made understandable, evidence made trackable, documents made buildable, and AI made genuinely useful. If the goal is less stress and more forward motion, this platform is clearly aiming in the right direction. We'll leave it there for today, and next time we can dig even deeper into what good compliance habits look like once the tools are in place.